Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass Dark Zone agents, Uncle Butcher in the building as usual, covering Division 2 basically daily, and today I have for you crazy backfire set. This one has 72% protection from elites, has a protection pretty much from all the status effects. With one beta gear piece you will achieve full immunity, and of course 1.2 1.3 mil per crit damage. It's absolutely nasty build, and by the way with 1.5 million armor as well. So this is like face tank build. You can run around like crazy. Just check at this example, and I'm not using shield. Crazy survivability, DPS, immunity, and protection from elites as well. I think this build will cover all your needs, and I strongly recommend you to try this one. If you're sick and tired from all the striker builds, then this will be your jam, brother. Trust me, pure barbecue chicken setup. Look at this, no shield whatsoever, and I'm having a blast running around, receiving a lot of incoming damage. Easy money, nothing can really take me out. Absolutely nasty. But if you need help to get your wanted items, maybe you don't have friends, maybe good clan, or maybe you simply don't have time for grind, I can recommend you diving.net. They will complete your order extremely quick. You can get Ouroboros for example, and they will help you with other games as well. Main thing why these guys are so great, you don't have to share your account, passwords, nothing. You're gonna play together and they will drop item for you. So really simple transaction, nothing crazy. And if you're gonna use my promo code RBD for RBD, you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all services on any game. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop your comment down below in the comment section or contact the operator, and the rest will be the history. But now let's get back to this backfire build. And I know backfire right now is kinda meta weapon, that's thanks to all the new modifiers we have in the game, where pretty much we can turn armor into hazard protection that unlocks the backfire. And this build of course will take advantage of this season's modifiers, but we are getting also headshot damage and of course hazard protection and crit damage from our crit chance. And actually some little tweaks here in this build can achieve even more DPS. Keep in mind that my expertise levels are not that high. I'm somewhere in the middle. I have only expertise level 22 on my backfire, so you can add like additional 8% weapon damage, and actually that's a lot. But for specialization, finally we're gonna use something different than gunner specialization. We're gonna use survivalist specialization, which will add additional protection from elites. We will have fire grenades, really good for crowd control purposes, and of course status affected enemies will receive more incoming damage. Medkit will heal you and your teammates, and you can use Seek and Mender Mine, which is gonna heal you and follow you around, although sometimes it will live its own life somewhere. It can go completely away from you, it can be stuck somewhere as well behind some textures. So yeah, it's not my favorite skill. Definitely it's cool that something is following you. Honestly, at this point I would not mind companion system. Why we can't get companions? But maybe we could hire somebody for credits or money in the game, some mercenaries, maybe dog, which could collect loot. We don't have to run around battlefield and collect the loot. Maybe dog could collect materials, loot, or maybe mark some caches, something like that. You can add really cool things like to the game to not feel lonely, especially like my clan is dead. So if you need help, hit me up on Xbox, let's farm something. If you need catalyst or other exotics, maybe let's run DZ. Anyway, for the build itself, I'm using, of course, Purist, new named SMG and BACKFIRE exotic SMG, which will add 200% additional crit damage. Don't forget that on reload, if you don't have like 97% protection or bleed resistance, you will receive bleed effect. So the key point here is to reach 97% bleed resistance, and we have more than that, so we will not receive bleed effect whatsoever. We have crazy amount of protection from elites in this build, and BACKFIRE will add crazy amount of DPS. For the set itself, I'm using Yal's name and mask, which will give me health damage. Since we are fighting a lot of non-elite enemies, health damage will be really handy against the also new damage bucket to our setup. For the main synergy here, I'm using Intimidate as my chess piece talent, although you could use Obliterate, but Intimidate right now is my favorite talent for PvE content, and it works really well with Memento Backpack. Memento Backpack will give us 3 core attributes, armor regen, and of course trophies will provide us bonus armor, which will proc Intimidate. I'm using Sokolov's chess piece to receive SMG damage buff. Holster and gloves will be improvised pieces. Those will give me mod slots where I will put protection from elites. If you want, of course, you can turn protection from elites into additional crit damage. We have like 72% protection from elites. You can easily add 70% crit damage. For example, we have like 5 mod slots. If you have 12% crit damage mods, the best capped out mods, you can reach 60% additional crit damage. And yeah, why I'm saying 5, because on my knee pads I need bleed resistance mod. On these knee pads, I don't need really crit chance. I would rather use hazard protection and crit damage, and then I can use additional crit damage mod or protection from elites mod. So that would be the perfect scenario in this build. Unfortunately, I couldn't craft decent knee pads, so it is what it is. But in this build, everything is really simple. For attributes, you should look for hazard protection. That's your priority to work with BACKFIRE. On each piece except Memento, you should have hazard protection. That's the reason why Yal's mask is so valuable in this build. Not only we are getting 14% health damage, but Yal's piece will give us additional 10% hazard protection. So on Yal's piece itself, we will have 20%. We have on 10% on our watch, on chest piece, holster, gloves, and ideally on knee pads. And in that way, you will be completely immune to status effects. Those are my modifiers. We are getting headshot damage. We're gonna turn armor into headshot damage. We have hazard protection from armor, and crit chance will be turned into crit damage. Butcher drops the mic. Bye.